So for this video we're going to show you how to put together this little gnome card. Here's one version of it. It's just an A2 size, but it goes like that, and you can put your sentiments inside. You can see the different looks you can get by just adding different color. So here's the second one. That's the A2 envelope. If you don't have one, we do have one that you can make with our basic envelope set. But here's the blue one, and that was used, I did print and cut, so this is a layered version to give it more dimension. We're going to do the layered, but you could also line them up in your software, and if you have the ability to print and cut, which most of the current ones do, the current machines like Silhouette, Cameos, and Cricut Maker. So I added a little stickles, kind of like a little glitter glue, stickles glitter glue to make it enhance it a little bit. But you can see you could just mix it up with so many different patterns. So, and also I used a glaze, I can't remember, is it? I'm stepping over here to look. Glossy accents to get this little glossy nose. So I'll probably do that on the one that I'm about to show you. This is a print and cut as well, so you can enhance it with different things. So if you need to make a ton at once, this is an easy card to make, and it is A2 size, which a lot of card makers prefer. So we'll just start. It's a real simple card to put together. So we're going to bring the base of the gnome first. We're going to piece together the gnome. So the steps is that we're going to piece together the shirt first, and we can put that on the base. And then we'll do the mittens can be last too, but we'll do the mittens next to just line them in. And then the beard, the hat, and then the nose. So here are the pieces, and I like to put them in order of how I should put them on. So the shirt, the beard, the hat, the nose, and then these can go on any time, but I'm going to put them on a little earlier after I put the shirt on. So using my fine tip applicator, got a little glue on the tip here. I'm going to go ahead and layer these two. So whatever that background is, that brown background right there, that'll be the color of the shoes as well. So if you want black shoes, you need to make that black. So I'm just matching that up. I'm matching it up at the bottom. The top we won't see. It'll have the beard over it. So we just have an angle to be able to hide it, to get the beard under. And then we're just going to line this up to the bottom again. That's the best way to line this up. And when I'm piecing, I put a little glue on the back. Then I don't want to put it all the way down until I know it's lined up where I want on the arms and everything. So I'm just going to kind of put it down. And then I'm just making sure it's lined up on the sides, on the arms. If it's a little bit off, it's not a big deal. It's just a matter of you don't want too much showing through. And make sure your gnome hat is going to the left. I forgot to tell you that. So you'll see that and everything. Because you can inadvertently, if you're using solid core paper cardstock like me, which is American Crafts textured, which is my preferred, you know, it's colored and it's textured on one side, but it's colored on both sides. So we can do that, or we can do these. So it doesn't matter which one. Let's go ahead and do the little mittens. So I'm going to add glue down here. Make sure you get the right side, and because it's textured paper, I'll know. Just takes a second to get it lined up. And the thing is if it doesn't line up perfectly, see, you can barely even tell. There's a minor gap, but it lines up. It's just because I didn't have that lined up exactly. So you can't even tell. This is actually going to be my go-to card for Christmas this year. So this is going to overlap a little bit, so I'm going to add a little dot to the thumb. I'm going to line it up. You can kind of see I'm lining it up on the left there. I have a little glue on my finger. I'm just making sure. And if you wanted to, you can flip it over. Just a little bit off, it's not a big deal. You can see that it's already starting to come together. So the next one is the beard. And I have this little cut line up there to help you line it up. So, but we're still going to just put glue on it. This I have a new adapter, a little fine tip applicator, so that little thing covers the top of that piece, so that's why it hangs down. So I would just lightly place it, line it up first at the top, but you're gonna have to line it up on the sides too. So I'm just making sure it's lined up. Then we have the hat, and I just used a little pattern paper for that. I like the different looks you can get just by adding pattern papers, either to the hat and the shirt, or you could do it on the little side panels too on the card. So we're going to line them up. Make sure you line up these little curvy parts on the left, and just lightly place it, and just nudge it into place before you apply all the pressure needed. So I'm just making sure, just get those little last minute, just kind of getting it on the edge there. So it was a little bit off, but close to perfect. I don't think you ever can get really perfect unless you're a machine. And then we're going to pop that up, so you can just put it, I kind of put it like that, so you could either line it up with the nose like that, or you could pop it up a little bit above, which I think I prefer. So I have this Scotch foam tape. I have a little piece all ready for it. So we'll go ahead and place that right there. Isn't that cute? Become one of my new, and you could also ink around. I kind of actually, before I put it on, I put a little bit of really light gray chalk around the edge to give it a little bit more, but you know, it's just because I have a light background on the shirt. So we're almost done. Now this piece came from this, so I just thought it'd be fun to hold on to it and put it on the card. I mean on the envelope. Or I could put it inside too. It's up to you what you want to do with it, but I don't like to waste pieces, so I think I'm going to put it on the card. So let's go ahead and piece these. So I have a blank tag included with the file, or SVG versions of season greetings, happy holidays. I'm going to get this in focused. Or Merry Christmas. So you have those three options, or you could use your own completely. So we're going to go ahead on this one, season greetings, and I'm going to give it a little bit of a, this is my Chestnut Roan color box chalk ink. I'm going to go ahead and just ink this a little bit, because brown is kind of my tone. I like to ink the edges to give it a little bit more, I don't know, I think it just gives it a little bit more dimension. If you could pop it up, or I'm going to actually pop the whole tag, so I'm just going to glue this on, center this on the back of this one. So once you do one or two, this gets way faster. And here's the card folded, so you just have to fold it, so it'll be cut like that. And when you glue this on, I would open it up like this so you don't get glue on the inside. So you're just going to line it up. So you can see it lines up the curves of the hat, and all the way to the tip, we're just going to line it up. And then this is going to go right here. So let's do this first part. It helps to get the gnome in place first. So you want to line it up from, I think the easiest part that I found after doing a couple of these is to do it where the hat ripple is. And it kind of goes up, and you can see it curves up to the top. And there's a little indentation to show you where to put the, so you have it right here. I'm just adjusting it from the other side before it dries. And if it's not perfect, it doesn't have to be. It's just the effect. As long as you get close to the edge and it's not like, you know, majorly overlapping or going the other way. I mean, you could put a little space if you wanted the space too. You can really do whatever you want to do. And then this goes right here. You see how it's spaced? Like, try to get it equidistant. Or you can get it closer to this if you want. That's up to you. If you did equidistance around all of them, you could do like that. But super easy. The only difference is I would probably, not the only difference, that's not what I meant to say. Just be careful when you put the glue. Just not thinking, because I usually don't talk when I do my videos. Exception. I'm getting better at it, I hope. Anyways, I just put a little glue around the little dots, and you want to be careful when you place it. So what I would do is kind of go towards the left and make sure the top and bottom, you can see on the right as I'm slowly dropping it to where I want it to go. And then I don't have any glue that's just kind of leaking out the sides. I have a little piece of dry glue, but that's on my mat. And that's where we're going to put the tag. Just put it right there. Then here, this last thing is to add this piece. So this is going to be on the inside. So as you can see here, it's on the inside. So as you open it, as it's closed, this is what it looks like. So again, you can go as close, you can kind of see where the indentations are for the hat, right there. So you can go a little further. My machine kind of cut a little notch up there, that's not part of the file. Just had a weird glitchy thing, but it's just a little bitty thing, so I'm just going to add a little glue. Again, just carefully place it, or close it, and then get it where you want, kind of from the edge. Then just make really modern, little modifications. Oops. That one I didn't have it lined up on the edge. There we go. So it was a little bit closer than I wanted it to be, but it's just because I didn't get it. But that's the gist of it. Then you can go ahead, let's go ahead and add this little last tag. I'm not cutting it, I'm just doing like, I just tore it with Scotch foam tape. I'm going to put that right there. And I'm going to add a little bit of clear, like I said, probably glossy accents to the top. It'll take a while to dry. And maybe add a little glitter glue to the little swirls. It's just fun what you can do, different things you can do with this particular card. Again, all the different looks you can get. You can do print and cut. So I hope you enjoy this project. It's one of my easiest cards I've done in a while, and ones I really enjoy. I do love characters, and gnomes are fun, and of course Christmas is fun. So I just want to thank you all for watching, and until next time, thanks.